Hey there, I'm Jessica Ramesch, International Living's Panama editor, and in today's video, I'm talking about why I moved to Panama. If you've been enjoying our videos, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to click on that little bell icon so that you get notified whenever we have new videos. Thanks. Hey everyone, this is Jessica Ramesch, International Living's Panama editor. Just wanted to do another live video. Pardon me, there have been some technical difficulties on my end today. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about why I chose Panama. And hopefully you guys can see me. And we've been doing a series called Why I Moved to whichever country. So I'm actually in Panama City. I moved here in 2005, and I had lived in a lot of places before then, including Panama. And I had really dreamed of just having that sort of cosmopolitan lifestyle where you can have great restaurants and great nightlife and I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why my phone is just, it's like all wonky today. Let me try propping it up here. Thank you for your patience. So there's my little bobblehead out of the way. All right. So it's really hard to find a place that's very cosmopolitan and that isn't very expensive. And I had a long list of criteria that people used to laugh at me and be like, well, you're not going to get everything on your list. And of course, one doesn't get everything on their list, but I just felt like if I looked hard enough and I chose wisely, I could have the most important things on my list. And I knew that I wanted to live somewhere surrounded by water, and I knew that I wanted that cosmopolitan lifestyle, but I didn't want to work anymore 70-plus hour weeks, because I had been there, done that. I'd worked in the cruise ship industry, shipboard, for, I don't know, over 4 years. And our work weeks were minimum 70 hours. And I just said to myself, there's got to be a better way to live. I don't want to spend my entire life working. I want to find work that I enjoy. I don't want to work too hard. Hey, Josephine. And I want to be able to enjoy my life. And so I knew that I needed to find a place that was also reasonably affordable. So I decided to come to Panama, and there were a few other reasons as well. I don't think I would have chosen it if the healthcare hadn't also been really good. I remember just, those first jobs, not having a lot of money, not being able to afford dental care, and knowing how expensive dental care could get in the States, just always kind of living in fear. Like, what if I need something and it's painful and I don't have the money and I'll have to borrow or get into debt? Hey, Kelly. Hey. Hi, Andres. So that was also, it wasn't at the top of my list, but I knew that it needed to be there. I knew that I was choosing a place for the lifestyle, but the healthcare had to be there as well. And hi, Pina Marchese. And then I also, when I mention a cosmopolitan lifestyle, let me tell you what I was looking for more or less and why I chose Panama City. I really like places that have a good fitness culture where I get really bored with doing the same thing over and over again. So hi, Ren. Hi, Bonnie. And so I knew that I wanted to live somewhere that was kind of forward thinking, where there were a lot of people into fitness, lots of different things that I could do. Lots of outdoor activities were also really important to me, and sunshine. I knew that I couldn't be happy somewhere where I didn't see the sun a lot. And in Panama City, I see the sun at least 300 days a year. So, and today is actually a pretty rainy, cloudy day, but I'm able to enjoy those days because I know that I see the sun. I'm going to see it soon. I'm seeing it often. So those cool, rainy days they're pretty nice here and pretty enjoyable. Now, a word about the climate here. I knew that I wanted to live on the water, but I did not want to live anywhere that had potentially hurricanes. And Panama, much like Costa Rica, is completely outside the hurricane belt, even though we are in the tropics. But there were definitely some trade-offs. When you choose the tropics, hi Gwen, thank you. When you choose the tropics, you do have some trade-offs. First of all is this extremely high humidity. It's 80% today. That's generally what you get here in Panama. Even higher humidity on the Caribbean coast. I am on the Pacific coast, and I actually really like a humid environment. Maybe that's because of where I grew up in the Willamette Valley. It was a lush, moist environment. I've never really lived anywhere too dry. I've visited desert areas and they're beautiful, but the dry air really bothers me. I'm not used to it, and I haven't been able to get used to it during my short visits. I think the driest place I've ever lived was in New Delhi toward the end of the 88, 89. So the humidity here, that we do have really hot, muggy days. Right now, April is one of our muggiest months, you guys, and I'm going to be honest with you. There are days that I suffer, that just everything sticks to me, but 90% of the time I'm really, really happy with the temperature here, and those muggy days are trade-offs. And outside of quarantine, I can always go work at an air-conditioned cafe. I actually don't usually work in air conditioning. I like having my windows open, so I have, as you can see, ceiling fans, and that's pretty much how I work every day. I just have a fan going, a fan on me, and I'm usually very comfortable. But on the days that I need air conditioning, I will go to a cafe. But as I say, it's few days out of the year. And another one of the trade-offs is also when you live in the tropics, some of you know this, there are lots of critters, lots of creepy crawlies. I get asked this question a lot, and we have spiders and we have scorpions, and of course we do have mosquitoes as well. I live in Panama City, so again, I chose to live somewhere because it's so much more developed. There are buildings everywhere. There's a lot more concrete. That does add a little bit to the heat island effect, but it also, the bug populations are kept down. So I do have screens on my windows in my apartment here in Panama City. A lot of people do not. I'm only on the second level, so I'm not so high up that you don't get any bugs. And it doesn't bother me. Now, I am constantly considering a move to one of the mountain areas of Panama. They really attract me. I spent a lot of time in Boquete, in Volcan as well. I lived for a month in the little mountain town of El Valle, which is a 2-hour drive from Panama City. And I really love that it's a little bit cooler, very, very lush and humid. Mold grows on everything. It's something that you have to learn to deal with in your homes. But one of the big reasons that I chose not to move and I chose to stay here in Panama City was because the bug factor was so much higher when I was in that area. And a lot of people have, it's really inexpensive to hire somebody to help you, a housekeeper to clean. But for that month that I was living in that mountain town of El Valle, I did not have a housekeeper or anybody to help me cleaning. So every morning I would come out on the porch, and certain times of year you have different phenomenon. Like the month of May, you'll typically get, and this is only for a few weeks at a time, and then you're good till the next year, but you'll have these winged termites that fly, and they lose all of their wings. They're going through whatever their process is, and every morning I would come out and have to sweep them off of the terrace. And after a month of it, I was like, I really like my cosmopolitan Panama City, so I'm going to stay in the city. And I can visit those other areas as often as I like. So again, there are trade-offs, but I did get a lot of the things on my list. I got the nightlife, I got the hurricane-free zone, I like the humidity for the most part, and the older I get, the more important that seems to be, because your dry weather will do a number on your skin. I like our growing foodie culture and art scene here in Panama. I've been here since 2005, so oh my God, that's 15 years now, you guys, and I've really been privileged to watch this country grow from already a very modern place when I moved here it's really coming into its own as a destination for the arts, for film, for amazing chefs and restaurants. So having chosen Panama, why did I stay? Well, things just kept getting better and better. And the sort of few things that seemed like challenges at the beginning just got easier and easier and were addressed by the government. So, some places you might go to and you find that they get overrun by expats, or they get really expensive, or things there's a decline in services or whatnot. But for me, my life here started out with more challenges and actually has just gotten better and easier over the years. So I have to really commend Panama for being so progressive. Hi, Tom. Thank you. I earn my living writing. I do most of my writing for International Living. Tom's asking if I earn my wages online. So yeah, that allows me to earn in US dollars, which is the currency here in Panama, and live a very good lifestyle here on about $2,600 a month. So I had mentioned earlier that I didn't want to live somewhere where I had to work too hard to afford that cosmopolitan lifestyle. And in Panama, I find I don't have to work too many hours. I can work sort of, 8 to 5, take, up to 4 weeks off every year as a freelancer, as an independent worker, and I can afford a really great lifestyle here. And again, outside of quarantine, that includes lots of little weekend trips, lots of outings, going to restaurants, casual ones, and fine dining restaurants that can be very pricey here as well. I get a good mix, and I also get to do all of that nightlife stuff that I mentioned earlier, going to the theater, art exhibits, sporting events, whatever you're interested in, whether it's jazz or golf, you can find that here. And that's another reason, one of the big reasons that I stay not just in Panama, but also in Panama City. So I really hope that gave you a little bit of a better idea of why I chose to live here in Panama, why a lot of people choose to live here, and specifically why I chose Panama City. I have access to lots of great destinations within an hour or two of Panama City, so I can be on an island, in the mountains, on a beach, within an hour or two. From Panama City, I have multiple destinations. So I feel like I have the best of all worlds here. All right, well, if there aren't any more questions, I will go ahead and sign off and say thank you so much for joining me today. I hope wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're being safe, taking care of yourself. And until next time, I'm Jessica Ramesch in Panama. Bye.